Schwartz is the Chief of Staff for Senator Dr. Tom Colburn. Now, the Senator Dr. Tom Colburn is on the floor, but who will be with us shortly. We've asked him for Michael Schwartz to please say a few words. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor and a joy to speak with you today. I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Schuschheim about a year ago, and we spent a long time in conversation in my office. And I was really deeply moved by the work that he's doing. I talked to Dr. Colburn about it. Let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Colburn, because I take it that most of you are from New York, and I'll tell you some things about New York before my remarks are over. But Dr. Colburn is a member, is a senator from Oklahoma. He was elected 2.5 years ago. You saw briefly his colleague, the senior senator from Oklahoma. I would say man for man, Oklahoma has the best delegation in the Senate. But Senator Colburn is a doctor, and he is a family practice doctor who has delivered nearly 4,000 babies. Wow. With all those families and children to celebrate Efrat, it looked like a Colburn campaign commercial. Dr. Colburn, too, brings new life into the world. And I don't need to tell you how moved he was to hear that of the work that Dr. Schuschheim and Efrat are doing in Israel. So moved, in fact, surprise, that he wrote this letter for Dr. Schuschheim, which I'd like to read to you. And I present to Dr. Schuschheim. Dr. Eli Schuschheim. Dear Dr. Schuschheim, ever since I first learned of the work of Efrat, I have admired what you were doing and prayed for your continued success. In the political world, the question of abortion presents the most bitter of issues, a conflict of rights and of worldviews that divides elected officials and much of the public into hostile camps. This conflict of principles can make us forget that in the real world, the question of abortion is not a matter of abstract rights, but of personal crisis, and in many instances, personal tragedy. In the political world, it may be nearly impossible to find common ground, but in the real world, common ground is exactly where Efrat is found. Regardless of what we think in principle, everyone can agree that in reality, no woman should be forced to undergo an abortion because of financial need. Efrat gives women a choice to say yes to life when their financial circumstances would force them to say no. And so, Efrat is where those of us who are pro-life can join hands with those who are pro-choice in enabling women not to undergo abortions they do not want. Here is where debate and disagreement vanish, and where compassion points us all in the same direction. In addition, Efrat has a special importance for those of us who care about Israel. I believe that every human life is precious, but in these times of peril, the lives of Jewish babies in Israel are particularly precious. Thousands of Jewish babies and children, indeed a significant share of the future of your country, owe their very lives to your work. What greater thing can a person accomplish in this life? Well, that's from Dr. Colburn. A few words to say on my own. My mission here in Congress is to be a servant of Dr. Colburn, and I wanted to bring you his message. But I have some standing in my own right, and one of the things I do is I'm a strategist, and I've spent some time with Ezra and with Simcha and with Dr. Schuschheim because I'm interested in seeing Efrat grow and seeing its support in this country grow, because I believe that the more money that Efrat raises in America, the more Jewish babies have life in Israel. Next year, when we have a much bigger room, it's just celebrate the 31st anniversary of Efrat, The person I want in that room to give the keynote speech is your senator from New York, Chuck Schumer. Okay, I'll tell you why. Chuck, this is the common ground. You know, Dr. Coburn's viewpoint on abortion is 180 degrees away from Chuck Schumer's viewpoint on abortion. But this is the common ground. Chuck Schumer does not want to see Jewish babies destroyed. Okay? He does not want to see mothers denied a choice. And he does not believe that any woman should be forced to undergo abortion because she's too poor to give birth to her child. I know that I have a lot of New Yorkers in this room. You need to talk to your senator, because Chuck Schumer should be the voice of Efrat in the United States. And every Jew in the United States, regardless of their political views on abortion, should be supporting Efrat. And I think you'll get a lot of help from evangelical Christians too, as you heard from Congressman Franks. But that's my vision, and that's my challenge to you. Bring me Chuck Schumer next year so I don't have to say anything.